Darby Allin, Brody King, man, I kind of feel like Brody King's going to win this. I feel like we set this up to give Brody King a big win.
So let's talk a little bit about how Dynamite opened, because I felt like this was interesting. They have Darby coming out, and then Brody King comes out, and they basically are like, hey, I'm Darby. Remember when I gave you, Brody King, this job here at AEW Dynamite? And now you've just kind of been ungrateful. I really loved how Brody King is like, stop it. You have a death wish. You don't really fucking love this place, because if you go out to Mount Everest or whatever it is and die, then who's taking over? Which easily could. I mean, and that's a great point, right? Like, oh, I live for this. Well, do you? Because you wouldn't be risking that,
right?
Yeah, you wouldn't be risking that if you loved it here necessarily. So I like the back and forth. They have great chemistry. I mean, the choke on the apron where Darby falls. They've had other great, really fun moments. I agree with you. It feels as if Brody King should win this match. I just have a hard time thinking that the way we got here is Jon Moxley beat the shit out of Darby Allin, took his title shot. Darby says, well, then someone fight me. And Brody King's like, okay. And then he beats him. And now what the fuck was that? Yeah.
So the reason I kind of am paused for that, and I kind of am leaning Darby ultimately, though, is that it's, I think we set up Brody to maybe start elevating a little bit, but I think this isn't the trigger, right? This is kind of a start. Let him show how he can throw Darby around, but Darby finds a way to sneak out, and that's no shame because Darby does that to everybody. Yep. And then maybe somebody makes fun of Brody next week and whatever. But what we haven't done is separate him from seemingly what we were we haven't been told Malachi Black controls the House of Black, but it's the House of Black, right? He's the leader, right? So I think we would have to address that before we fully pull Brody King into like main event level, fucking top guy, right? So I do think Darby Allin comes away with this one, but I think this is going to be a violent spectacle that we're about to see.
Yeah, this might be the memorable moment of the night, is whatever they're about to do on Saturday. I think a cool way we could get to what you're saying as far as separating Brody from the House of Black is have Darby win and then have them do something in 2 weeks, right? Not immediate, but in 2 weeks, and have Darby just be like, you know why I beat you is because your head is all in this junk over here. You probably would have won if you're not busy with this House of Horrors thing.
Well, Fuck Your Mama 2 Times says, and this might be some behind the scenes stuff, Malachi and Buddy are 1 foot out the door to the Fed, so maybe they're just ignoring that the House of Black ever existed. And so maybe we could get Brody does something to like finally murder Darby, and we're like, Jesus, dog, and Darby takes a break. Right?
If that's the case, man, did AEW luck out, because of the three of them, Brody King is the star.
100%.
It ain't the other two. Yeah, a singles push of Brody King huffing and puffing. Hell fucking yeah.
Yeah.
Because the House of Black Black has a fun entrance, and that's about it. Here's where you could have some added stuff around Brody King. When Julia Hart comes back, they're still a pair, right? So you still have House of Black. It's Brody King.
The House of Black is all we ever did was the House of Rules match. Like I didn't see them spooky murder anybody, right? Like you need to
yeah.
If you're going to spooky gimmick, I need to see some kidnappings or some like occult stuff. Like I need to see people scared for something. I'm not scared because you painted your face.
And have a fun like hard rock song.
And you carry around a horn mask like you're a cosplay. I'm not scared of that.
But I am scared of Brody King. That motherfucker, he sings in a band called God's Hate, which just already makes me feel uncomfortable. Yeah. And you know what
Brody
I mean?
Sings in that, you said?
Well, he's
in the band God's Hate. Yeah.
All that shit. I have a sore throat. Sore throat.
I can't do that. I can't.
Hit that note again. How do they re-record, right? Oh, you messed up on the word. Re-record.
You're a little off pitch on that gargly squeal you had there, Brody. Need you to come back in and re-record.
But yeah, Brody King as a singles competitor fucking rules. I like that. And what's
Fuck
his
Your Mom
name?
2 times says God's hate rocks, and he's the screamer. Grawl!
And here I go. I got it.
I like to listen to that and pretend that they're saying like beautiful poetry about like nursery rhyme level things, right? Like talking about the daffodils and the sweet love in the air.
So I had a roommate, and he was in a screamo band, right, like that. And I was just like, "Hey, if you got something to do, you sing it." And I wanted him to be like, "Oh, but I got Darby. I got Darby. I'm going with
Darby. It's definitely
you got Brody.
Darby. No, I said okay. I'm still leaning Darby just because I think that. I think we're hinting at Brody doing things, but I think this is one of those where, look, it's either Darby wins and Brody looks like, oh, I had you, but Darby snuck out and they both look good, or Brody King damn near squash match murders him, a la Cena, Lesnar, whatever that was, SummerSlam, right? That could happen too, but I don't think so. I think Darby wins.